Hello, Sukomi. Welcome again to another episode. So today we are looking at infidelity. Is infidelity really the end of a relationship? And before we get into that, what, in your opinion, is infidelity? What?
My opinion, infidelity is just betrayal of trust.
Okay.
I give you 100%. I'm expecting 100% from you.
Okay.
If you don't, for any reason, that's infidelity.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily have to do with sex. Infidelity is infidelity. Either emotional, whichever way. But you know, I'm giving you 100%. I give you 100%. You have to give me back 100%. If you can't,
So does that mean for you the end of the relationship?
no.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Why is that?
It depends on the genuity of his repentance. And sometimes it depends on reasons why that happened. Just those two reasons. But most importantly, the genuity of his repentance.
Yeah. Which one do you think is more damaging? Emotional affairs or physical affairs? Or even another one, online intimacy, like watching porn, subscribing for OnlyFans. Which one do you think is more damaging?
You might say watching porn. I just want to learn more skills so that I can satisfy you.
Okay.
No,
do you not see watching porn? Okay, go ahead.
But emotional infidelity hurts the most. The most.
More than the physical.
More than the physical.
Okay. Yeah. But watching porn without your spouse, do you see it as a betrayal or infidelity?
Well, if I'm in the knowing, no.
Okay.
If I'm not in the knowing, if he's watching it secretly, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that too. I agree with that. But what's your opinion on OnlyFans? Like your husband subscribing for OnlyFans. Again, you are not aware. Does that mean infidelity to you? All right, that's fine.
Because I believe those things should be done with my consent.
Okay.
Or most of the time, like the porn, we can watch porn together.
Okay.
We can watch it together. But if you are watching secretly without my knowledge, then it's betrayal.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you are looking for in porn that you're not talking to me about.
Yeah. So what do you think drive people to cheat?
It's emotions. Not being able to meet your partner's needs, especially emotionally, drive people to look for comfort outside that relationship.
Okay.
That's the number one, I think, and that's the one that hurts the most. Sex sometimes, yes, sex sometimes, but I don't think it hurts as much as emotions. And finances sometimes too.
Are you talking about? Are you speaking for both genders now?
I'm speaking for both genders.
Okay, so both gender. I mean, both men and women cheat because according
their partner,
to you,
yes, because their partner not being able to meet their needs,
Okay.
and you know needs varies. Then secondly, sex. People talk about sex. Then thirdly, finances. But most of the time, finances comes like the third, like I said. But the most important thing is emotions. Not being able to meet up with my emotions. Not listening. Not listening to me. Especially for ladies, we want a partner that will listen. That listens. Do you understand? But not being able to get that in our partner, and sometimes you get it in friends, you get it in exes.
But one of the things I also realize as I get older is that no single person can take care of all your needs, if I may say. And I also think that's why as individuals, you have to be whole before you say I do, before you commit to someone. Do you understand? Because I think that this idea of expecting one individual to be your best friend, to be your to be fantastic in bed, your lover, to be your husband, to be the father of your kids, to be all of those things, to be your confidant, to be your everything. I just think it's not realistic, especially for women, because oftentimes you overburden their emotions. That even when it's not time for them to be, for women, you overburden their emotions. They are so stressed out, and that's why many married people don't have enough sex, and not because individually they don't crave for sex, but between themselves, I feel like they don't have enough sex because of all the activities that takes over or that happens around within the day. For instance, the husband goes to work, comes back, and the wife is trying to get his attention. I'm so tired, babe. I'm tired. Let's talk again. But this same man that is saying he's tired is probably on his phone, scrolling through social media or whatever. But you needed just 5 minutes to tell him what happened at work, or maybe your day, what happened when you were driving home and it wasn't there. So oftentimes, for me, I think more women cheat more because of emotional dissatisfaction. Why men oftentimes, in my opinion, cheat for just as a hobby.
You know, the last episode.
So women are looking for deeper life, deeper connection. Why men are looking for exercise, like just like the Instagram we say ta 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 ta, which is always not the end goal for women. But I think that one of the things we should do as couple, as married individual, people in committed religion, is to oftentimes check on each other. I do that so well in my marriage because each of the times I've not been happy, I communicate it. I will go to, hey, sweet, I want to talk to you. Honestly, I've not been happy, and this is the aspect of our relationship that I've been feeling dissatisfied on. Do you understand? We talk about it, and oftentimes you see progress start happening in that department or in that aspect of your life. So if I'm able to check in on you, you are checking in on me. You should be able to communicate your desires. Because another thing I learned as I grow older, so call me, is that I am not the same girl that I was 10 years ago. Do you know, 10 years ago, certain kind of things might be okay for me. Might be okay for me. But as I get older, women want to explore. Women want to, like, they're craving for more deeper connection, more, you know, intimacy. Not just the surface intimacy. They need more. They need cuddling. They need to have intimate conversation, things around their body. And I always wonder why men want to explore other women. When I see a woman body like I'm at, have you taken your time to actually explore your wife's body? Are you kidding me? Women are so beautiful. Do you know? Have you not seen the work of God on women?
We said something last episode. We said something, I think at the end of our talk, we said, don't lose yourself in marriage. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Some women get into marriage and lose themselves. They just, that's why you see, I tell people, you were size 10 when your husband married you. Don't say because now you've given birth, you now become size 18, and you don't expect him to look elsewhere. But
that is also not an excuse.
No, I'm not supporting infidelity here.
Because this is, I know, okay, go ahead.
You're not getting me.
I do.
That's why I said some people lose themselves, especially women. We do that a lot. That's why we say, and some people are so funny that even in that marriage, they don't care for their husband anymore. They now shift all their care and attention on the children, leaving the man alone. That's sometimes up to it.
But this is how I say it.
Okay.
Right? The way I say it is that any man that is pouring himself in his wife, right, we reap the benefit of it. What am I trying to say? If you are creating time, you know, the other day we were talking on phone, I said, I don't care what anybody said. If as a husband or a boyfriend who is in a committed relationship, you are not putting in effort to hang out with your wife, to have a date night, to like do things that are fun together. Ask your wife, where do you want to go? What do you want to? Is there an activity? It could be something as simple as playing board game. It does not have to be so expensive. It could be going out for dinner. It could be without your kids, just having conversations, not talking about work, not talking about home, flirt with one another. I don't know. It's not even difficult to maintain sex or sexual relationship if you are really into it. You said something the other time. You said, or was it me that said that you have to marry your type, somebody that you are into each other. You are drunk. Do you understand? Yes, that you are drunk in each other's energy. That connection has to be there. I will not even lie. I will not sit here and tell you it's easy, because it's a constant investment you have to do, which is where I talk about creating time for one every week. For me, if you say I will lose interest, and this is one of the things that happens to women, the moment a man feels like just because you are paying for rent or you have built your house, you are caring for the kids, automatically I'm happy. It's a big lie. I'm not. I need attention. I need you to like plan something specifically for me in mind. I want to feel like the only woman that matters to you. Do you see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
And at the end of the day, that's why when people talk about submissiveness, I'm saying, here, you cannot just come and tell me to submit now. It's not something you will say to me. Even the hardest of them all will submit, and they will not even know it's submission if you are doing all you are supposed to do.
You need to earn it.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying, Abike. I'm just saying reasons why some men say they cheat. Some say, that's not the woman I married. Do you understand? Those are some of the reasons why men cheat. And sometimes too, you sit with women, you talk to women, and you realize, oh, this person just lost herself because of marriage.
Yeah, but that's why we are partners, right? If I'm losing myself, so come me, as my husband, you should come to me with love, babe. You know I love you, right? Yeah, I think maybe in the morning, every Saturday, since we don't work on Saturday, can we walk around our estate? You know, because I really like you, no matter what, but I know you can look smarter than this. Just say it in any language that you know will resonate with your wife, that will sound like care rather than reproach or what's the word now? Do you understand? Or you are making fun of her, or you are belittling her, and all of that. You have to speak into her. And you will watch her get and say, okay, babe, let's do it.
Yes,
from there, you will say, oh, okay. If you care enough, register her to a gym. Not just say, babe, I'm paying for your gym subscription. Maybe you can start going with her. I'm telling you, marriage requires, as a man, you have a company, or even you work for a company, and you are paying attention to every details of your job. You are growing your career, growing your company. Are you telling me that you don't have the time to build your relation, which is the fundamental or foundation of everything else? I learned that even in football, the clubs don't sign you if you are not married or I don't know. I don't know where I got that from. Or if you're not in a committed relationship, or they prefer when you are in a committed relationship because they feel like it gives you some level of focus and grants you to be more responsible to your training. Do you understand? So those are the things. As you should treat your marriage oftentimes like you carry your business, your marriage. And why all this idea of saying, I would rather love my children. Why will you, it's not even the same love, right? If your husband is doing great by you and you are also doing, which is what I said about checking in on each other. If you are checking in on each other, you will know something. You will know when something is wrong within each of you. Do you understand? And it's about sex. Talk to me about it. Don't come back and say you cheated, or somebody, or I see you somewhere that you cheated. That will hurt. The only reason I probably forgive cheating the first time, only once under every good circumstances, like I'm doing all my due diligence, everything I'm supposed to do, I'm committed to you, I'm all for you, you are treating me well, the overall health of our relationship is beautiful, right? and for some reason you travel to Abuja and I'm in Lagos, and maybe
something happened.
You shall mess up and something happened. I saw the the person sent me the picture, or something I just
found. Nollywood movie.
Nollywood. At the end of the day, I will have to ask you, because I want to know what happened.
What happened?
Short thing, low intoxicating. What happened? What could have made? Because just last night before you travel, we made love, not sex. Why would you? I need to know. No. Your explanation at this point will give me an insight to say, okay, should you seek help? Mistake. It's not a mistake. Sleeping, remove somebody's pants and doing all that. It can't be a mistake. You did it because you wanted to.
No, maybe it's drunk.
Then, see, let me tell you, one of the things
maybe he was intoxicated. Like we're watching the movies now.
Forget movie, real life land, so come. Let me tell you something. One of the things, this is what I believe, that I'm a firm believer that human being naturally are not monogamous in nature. I'm a firm believer of that. So the difference, I'm just saying it because of what you said. What if it was a mistake or it was wrong? The difference between someone that cheats or that cheated and me that choose to be loyal and committed is I have self-discipline, self-control. You think I don't feel something? The idea of thinking that it's only men that feel something is crazy.
It's crazy.
Because just because I'm married does not mean I don't have ability to have feelings for another person outside. But I'm here. I'm committed, loyal. Why? Because I have disciplined myself mentally everywhere, that this is where I belong to.
And that's where I want to be.
So you don't come back and say, babe, it's a mistake. What mistake? I have the tendency of making a mistake, but I choose not to. Do you understand what I'm saying? So,
as I said, to me, like I said, is the genuinity of repentance. You can repent, as in you can be
remorseful.
You can be remorseful, but not genuine about it. But it's that genuinity that makes it for me. And that genuinity tells me you won't do it again. If truly you're genuinely sorry for it, you won't do it again. So your first question is not the end.
Yeah.
For me, it's not.
It's not the end for me, only for once. Again, circumstantial.
Only for once.
Once. Do you understand? And I am not going to even go that low to say because you cheated, I'm going to cheat. Because I'm using my body, not yours. Do you understand? So if I choose to forgive you that once, you can't tell me how to react, how to behave.
Yeah.
Is it that we go to see therapists, or you will get used to me randomly being upset? You want to make love. I'm saying, no, I'm not doing this. I'm seeing her face, whatever it is. I am not doing it. You will have to get used to me because I need time to heal.
Yeah.
Because it's like a rope. If you cut a rope into two and you decide to merge it together, it will no longer be the same. Exactly. So something must have changed in me as a result of you cheating on me. And I am not even, for God's sake, question my sanity, question my self-worth over what you've done. But I also have the right to heal.
To heal the way you want to heal.
Exactly.
And healing the way you want to heal might be, how do I put it? I make you snap at times.
Yeah, it's possible.
And sometimes you don't think, it depends on the time. It depends on the timing of healing. Because the timing of healing sometimes might make the mistake occur again. You don't think so?
See, if we have to come to a realization that there is consequence for any action. I am here today. My life is the way it is right now, based on the decisions I've made in my past. Do you understand? It's a conscious decision that this is where. Don't forget that for me, marriage is not even for better for. It's not for better for die. I don't even know what to say. The point is, there is an exit button. If you feel, for whatever reason, that I'm no longer the woman for you, press that button. Talk to me about it. Let's press it together. I am fine. But you will not keep me here and and be cheating on me and not meeting my needs, or in any way making me feel like I'm the crazy one when I now react to what you are doing. Do you understand? I don't think I have the capability to forgive a cheating husband twice. Just because I have tried as much as I can to be faithful and loyal. What is stopping you from doing that? What? That's what I said, that we should check on each other. Where are you at? Like I was talking to you earlier, I said, where I was 10 years ago is no longer the person I am now. I want to probably explore. I want deeper connection. I want different things in bed.
Of course.
If I don't communicate it to my husband, or my husband communicating it with me, we'll have issues. We'll have problems. That's when I will start looking for emotional connection with other people out there. And he probably looking for tata, like Tunde not always say on Instagram. Do you understand? So those are the, I think, communicating our needs, and also listening attentively to understand what we are saying. What do you think that you say you will stay? Obviously more than once, no matter how many times shit you will stay.
No.
What can you do?
I didn't say more than once. That was why I said. No, you
didn't specify.
That was why I said it depends on the genuinity of repentance the first time. Do you understand? So it depends on how genuine he is.
How will you know if he's genuine or not?
You will know. It's just an instinct.
So what can you do at that time, at that point, to rebuild trust?
Therapy.
Okay.
Therapy. I think therapy is faster.
But what about transparency? Like,
therapy,
you know, the so come this idea of people hiding their phones, me not having access to your phone, it's crazy to me. I don't understand.
It's just a simple way to tell you, I don't want you to see some things. That's my own opinion.
Yeah.
I don't want you to see some things. And if you don't want me to see some things,
you're hiding something.
You're hiding something.
Do you get?
That means you're not faithful.
Right? So transparency has to come in, which also include your password. Your phone has to be open. I have to know your password. Do you understand? And the funny thing is, I won't even go there, except I have, you know, we have intuition. We have this thing in our gut feeling as a woman that will just tell you, Mom, something is not adding up. Something is wrong. And if I feel it, I will not ignore it.
I won't even go.
Do you understand? You won't go, I will go. If I have any doubt that something, there was this period in my life that I'm this kind of person that I'm emotionally in tune with my husband, right? Now, there was a point in our lives when I felt like I was trying to connect. I couldn't. It was hard for me to connect. And I went to him many times. What is going on? I've not been able to connect with you. Like, I could feel it in my spirit, in my soul. I wasn't able to connect. Is anything going on? Is that something I should know?
No.
Hope you're not doing anything that will ruin our lives, you know?
It's
true. Like, I don't know. See, no. Because we don't have to get a divorce. But I think if there's something you are looking for outside that I'm not able to provide, press separation button. Talk to me about it. We could take a break. Maybe we take a break for 2 years, who knows, and see. If there's this movie I watched years ago, I think it was around 2019, 17 again. 17 again. This guy was blaming the wife for all the mistakes of his life because he was supposed to be a pro footballer, right? He was supposed to be so famous and successful in football. But that day, he got distracted. And when the girlfriend told him that he was pregnant, he got distracted and left. So he spent 20-something years blaming the wife. Until one day, one spirit like that returned him back to when he was 17. Do you understand? And at the end of, even the wife was trying to like get a divorce and all of that. And he became a young boy again at 17. And did you know what? that scenario repeated himself again, and he made the same decision. He went back. So he now realized at that point that, oh, I want to really be with you. And I'm sorry I've been blaming you for. Do you understand? So what I'm basically saying, if you feel like something is wrong, there is something out there that you are yearning for, you are craving, leave me out of it. Which brings me to, women should have their own money. If you are not financially sustainable or financially independent, you will have issues when it comes to this thing. Do you understand? And I'm also a firm believer that have how many children. I don't care if your husband say we are having 6 children. Have that conversation. I think we should have the number of children that no matter what, we'll be able to take care of them. Women should remember this. Have the number of children that what may, you can handle you can
single-handedly take
care of them. Do you understand? It's not one man telling you because you are still doing lovey. Ah, babe, we are having 6 children. I'm just saying, like, do you have things in place that no matter what happens, you can care for these children? Do you understand? So you said therapy and transparency. Those are the ways that
heals faster.
Okay.
So what if infidelity happens?
What if he does it again? What will you do?
I will get to that bridge because I don't want to think about that. But because either you like it or not, emotionally you are being damaged too. Because it hurts. But healing does not come fast. Either we like it or not. Healing does not come fast. And the moment, especially when you find it hard to forgive, the moment you can't forgive, you are also hurting yourself. So of course I would not want to be in that situation twice, the 3rd time, the 4th time, because either I like it or not, I'm also getting the bulk of the pain myself. Because I totally agree with you. Because another thing that will do to you is that your self-worth will now be depreciating. Like, will be devaluing. You will start devaluing yourself mentally. Before you know it, you will be unable to even make the right decision for yourself. I think that every woman is worth fighting for if they truly love you. Of course. Do you understand? If a man truly loves you, he will fight for you. Even when he made that mistake the first time, he will truly repent from it. Genuinely. And this act of cheating is just so crazy for me. Because men are not even cheating because of emotional dissatisfaction. Right? If that is the case, what are you doing? Women are so beautiful. Women body. Are you kidding me? The shape, everything like an art. Why don't you take your time and explore the beauty, the work of art that God has done on women? What is wrong in exploring it to get the best for both of you? Do you understand? So those are the things that I think husbands should really pay attention to in order to nurture their relationship. So tell me, do you check on each other in your marriage? We as do. A way of knowing. We do 100% every time. I said something the last episode. Be each other's best friend. When you're each other's best friend, you know what is going on at a particular time in your partner's life. You know when you are not meeting the need of your partner. Like you said, you check on each other time, as in every time you talk, you communicate. So I do it a lot. I can talk, child. Because I'm this kind of person, I don't hide my emotions. I can't do it. So I let you know exactly how it is because I hate to hurt myself. Do you think that social media influences, like people seeing other people's story and all that on social media, has actually aided in seeing infidelity as a betrayal? Because we hear all kind of stories, you know, people that thought their marriage was perfect. And at the end of the day, came out, they said, oh, he cheated, I can't deal with this, he's a serial cheater, blah, blah. And you are wondering how? Do you understand? Do you think that all of those stories that has a way of shaping the perception we have towards infidelity, and we now see it as a
sometimes irreparable betrayal.
Yes,
you see.
Yes, I see that. You know, now there's different.
Okay.
In the days of our parents, especially the women, they go into marriage believing infidelity is the norm. They make them believe your husband cannot marry just you. And even if he marries just you, that doesn't mean he won't have side chick. But now, in our own time, we are meant to know that if you are giving 100%, there's nothing stopping your partner from giving 100% too. Because I won't say gender equality, I won't bring that in here, but they make us understand we feel the same way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that helps. You hear Jay-Z saying, if you cheat, I cheat. Simple.
Yeah, well, that will be me betraying my own body,
your own body,
over what someone else has done. So that I am not subscribing.
But what I'm trying to say is, your question, I'm trying to answer your question. It helps. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Now seeing people come out to talk about it, it helps shaping our perspective towards infidelity.
Yeah, and also kind of there's a way you help protect your mindset.
Your mindset.
Do you understand? There is this mindset shift that, see, I no longer believe in unconditional love. I used to. I'm being honest. I used to, but social media seems to have shaping that in my mind, that I no longer believe, not even for your kids, because the only reason you love your kids, maybe not the only reason, one of the major reasons you love your kids, because they are yours. Right? So how is that unconditional? It's not. They are yours. So you should also love them, unquote and unquote, unconditionally.
The moment, you are right, because the moment you know someone else is sharing that love, either you like it or not, you feel jealous. You feel like, am I not the only one in your life again? So unconditional love.
Yeah, because now that I know through all the stories I see on social media, that has given me this mindset shift. I have come to know there is nothing like unconditional love, and that any man, any woman can wake up in 10 years and say,
I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, I'm no longer feeling this. I no longer feel emotionally
attached,
satisfied with this relationship. The kind of things I want to explore, you are not capable of giving them to me. And I love you, but I'm not just going to do this because I need more. You know, we already started the other day that love alone is not enough. And because love alone is not enough, that means there are other desires, right? There are other needs that people desire in their marriage or relationship. So if the other partner is not able to give it, over time, you probably will start feeling resentful about all of that. So, okay.
Ooh, wonderful.
So let's go back to the main topic. Is infidelity the end to a relationship for
Maybe
you?
The second time. The first time, no.
Yeah.
I can forgive. But second time, we press the button. Red hand.
Yeah. Do you think, you know, there are these consensual relationships where people do like threesome, whatever, open marriage if you may. Do you think there could be infidelity attached to such things? Like, I'm asking because what do you think can happen in such relationship that we say, he cheated on me?
The fact that it's open already, there's nothing like cheat there. It's consensual. They both consent to it, to have an open relationship. So I don't think there's anything called infidelity in that.
I don't think I quite agree, but I'm not in that shoes. I don't know. But what I'm saying, if it's open, there must be a rule or structure that is guiding them, right? There must be a structure. Or do they just open it?
But
I feel like if they say open mind, there should be, don't date my friend, don't date my sister, don't sleep with my neighbor, don't go 20 miles away. There has to be some agreement. So I feel like it would be infidelity or cheating
if you go against
when you go against the agreement. So that's what I just see, but I don't know how it works. But all right, is that something I'm supposed to ask you or something you're supposed to talk about that you haven't? Please.
No. The thing is, it's different strokes for different folks. it depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Well, I might say first I'll forgive. Some people might say they will forgive anyways. But just do you.
Yeah, because we also, what about children? Because another thing I'm looking at is if I'm staying in that marriage that you've cheated more than once, right? What signal, what example am I showing my children? Do you understand? Because like the illustration I gave you, that when you cut a rope, it can never be the same. So that means each time you change, you are getting another version of me. Each time you cheat on me, you are getting another version of me. Do you understand? And those versions cannot be better version of me. I will start resenting you. The children will start seeing the tension. Exactly. So that the relation will now be so toxic that even the children will begin to be affected. How do you think people that stay in abusive relations? Oh Jesus, I watched this thing on social media where a man was beating the wife with a tennis board and this thing, right? So, and I wonder, this question I wanted to ask you kind of brought that to me. And I wondered how those children watching their father beating their mother in such a manner or in any manner at all with view life. I mean, their perception of marriage has been altered at that early stage. So going back to this infidelity, I also think that staying in that marriage where one partner is constantly cheating on the other will alter the way the children view marriage
of course,
when they grow up.
Of course, it's real.
All right.
Because they keep seeing another version of their parents every time it happens. And it's just shaping their minds to what marriage is. And to them, they might, well, it depends on both partners anyways. And to them, they might believe, oh, that's the way things are. That's the way things should be.
Yeah.
And what kind of children are we raising for the future?
Yeah.
That's another question. So it depends on both partners.
Yeah. So finally for me, one of the reasons I can't condone cheating, especially when my needs are met, or when I'm doing all, do you understand, is what about diseases, sicknesses, like PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. That one Atlantic can kill. What about HIV? What about all those things? Why are we not talking about it? I feel like we are now kind of romanticizing infections as if it's just a normal thing. So if a man who carelessly just go out and sleep with any girl out there and comes back home and still want to have intimacy with you without putting your health in consideration. Do you understand? I feel like that is actually wickedness. I think that is a dangerous man out there or a dangerous woman out there. So we should put the collective health of our relationship first in check and know what is working and what is not working. Because marriage, in my opinion, needs constant investment, constant work. Just like you keep reinvesting in your business. You have to know that.
Reinvest in your
Exactly. Reinvest all the time. Check in on your partner. What do you need? What am I missing? Yes. What happened? Is there something you need from me that you've not communicated? Is there something? Do you understand? Or babe, this is something I would like us to try. Do you understand? Or I'm bored. The way we've been making love so far is boring to me.
Checking.
Do you understand? Just checking in on each other to see where you are will help relationship grow. And then at the end of the day, if you've given in your best and your spouse decided or decide to cheat on you, don't forget it's on them and not on you. Do you understand?
That's true.
Protect your sanity. Nothing is wrong with you. It's all about their lack of self-discipline and lack of self-control. All right. On that note, we want to say thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching. See you.